Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the general information on basically all the exams and quizzes. Um, on my syllabus that I'm using for this discussion is on page 18, give or take what semester you are. It could be page 17, could be 18 or 19. So it's around that area, but you will see general rules of any exam, quiz, or practical exam. That's where I am. So basically, the questions can be multiple choice, true and false, matching, fill in the blank, short answer, labeling, or any combination of that. Again, short answer. We're going to be saying a couple of words, maybe a sentence, maybe two sentences, but that's it. You don't need to do any essays. Like I said, this is not an English course. I'm going to be looking for keywords and seeing if you understand the concept. The final exam is going to be 80 multiple choice questions. Um, that's what the department has chosen to do. Okay. Yes, spelling count. It has to. All of you are going into the medical realm, whether you're a nurse, respiratory therapist, um, dental hygienist, doctor, um, occupational therapy, any of these, you got to spell things correctly. So you've seen in A&P1 words like efferent and afferent, a one-letter difference. That's a totally different thing. One comes in, one comes out. You can't do that. We've all gone through the pandemic, and I think even a seventh grader would know that, if you have COVID and you're symptomatic, or you have COVID and you're asymptomatic, that's two totally different presentations that the patient will come up with. It's either you have symptoms or not. So um, spelling does count. We if it's if you write something and it looks like a totally different word, like asymptomatic or symptomatic, it's totally wrong. If you left off the P in here, so to say, then I know what that is, but you did spell it wrong, so I would be half credit. Okay. Make sure that things are legible. Um, Especially, there's going to be some places you're going to be writing some stuff more in the lab reports, so just make it legible. If you're going to use any abbreviations, make sure they're proper abbreviations. For example, oxygen. I see a lot of people putting oxy as the abbreviation. That is not the abbreviation. In fact, oxy is for a hormone called oxytocin. The proper abbreviation for oxygen is O2. So if you're going to use abbreviations, be sure you know what the proper abbreviation is. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the makeup policy. Um, yeah, yeah, on like 19 or so. So the makeup policy, don't do it often, but there's always a chance a student may need to do this. So the time frame to notify me if you need a makeup, you must contact me before the exam due arrives. I'm going to need some sort of documentation, needless to say. You must provide some sort of valid documentation within 2 days of the exam due date. Okay, documentation must involve the entire exam time frame that it is open. So if it's on open for 5 days and you have some documentation that shows on the third day to the fifth day that doctors noticed something, um, you still could have took it, let's say, 2 days before. So just keep that in mind. Okay. You also just keep in mind that you're going to scan it or take a picture of it with your tablet or smartphone, and then send it to me as an attachment in our so-called Blackboard mail. Keep in mind that even if you give me documentation, it may not be approved still. I need to look at it and see if it's valid. Is there a letterhead up on top? Is there a doctor that did this? I have to look at it and see what's presented to me. All right. So don't assume that because you have a documentation that it's going to be uh, approved for a makeup. But if it is approved, then my protocol for the makeup It's going to be given at the last week of the semester during finals week. The reason why I do that is simply because if you're going to be taking the makeup, let's say 2 days after when it was supposed to be done, um, there's going to be new material you have to do that week. And I don't want that to be on the back burner because the so-called snowball is just going to get bigger and bigger. So I don't want this makeup exam to put you behind with other things. So I'm going to do it the last week of the semester. If you have to study for the final exam, it's comprehensive. So it's going to cover, you're going to study also for this exam anyway. So it's easier just to do it on there at that time. It will be a different exam than what was given to the other students. And keep this in mind too, that no more than one makeup exam per semester. Uh, you can't have that, all right, regardless of any documentation. I'm only going to allow one makeup exam per semester. Okay. And if you miss exam, obviously you'll get a zero for that. If it doesn't get approved or doesn't qualify for a makeup, you'll get a zero for that exam. All right, so I've been talking about the smarter proctoring throughout this whole discussion. So what is this? Okay, if you want to read more about it, you can go to the website, but it is integrated into our Blackboard course. You set this up on day one. You build your account by doing your syllabus quiz, because that's going to be done with smarter proctoring. You can only use Google Chrome with smarter proctoring. Again, Safari, Firefox, and Internet Explorer Edge or Internet Explorer, they do not work with smarter proctoring. You're just going to see it go to a dead end, but you need to have everything on Google Chrome. It won't allow you to use smartphones or tablets. So again, you can use your desktop, laptop, or even a Chromebook. When you create this account, when you do the syllabus quiz, the way you're going to do it is that you go to assessments, and I showed you where that was in Blackboard. Go to assessments on the left-hand column. As soon as you go in there, you will see up on the top area the banner that I showed you, the Smarter Proctoring banner. When you click on that, it will then give you instructions how to go about signing up for the account. And then it's going to have you download the extension to be put into the Google Chrome browser. Okay. If you have any other questions, it's pretty straightforward, but we have instructions also in the syllabus folder of the Blackboard course. So Smarter Proctoring, it's a 24-hour, 7-day proctoring service. So yes, I do get students who want to do it at 3 o'clock in the morning, or they want to do it on, well, not Christmas, but if they want to do it on Labor Day, it's up to them. It's always open. It's whenever is most convenient for you. On the day that you choose to take this exam, you got to have everything prepared, because once you leave your seat, I don't know where you're going. So you got to have everything there. Okay. If you leave your seat, you might go to another place to look at the answers or something. So take care of any bathroom privileges, or I'm sorry, bathroom issues. Get that out of the way. Be in an area that is less distractive, a place where there's not a lot of noise. Maybe put a do not disturb sign on your door. Just let everybody know you're going to be taking a test and you don't need the distractions. Be in a well-lit area. It is going to be video recorded, so we do have to see your eyes and see what's going on, what you're looking at. Because you have to clear all the walls and your desk area of any notes, diagrams, charts, pictures, whatever. These are not open book exams. No other digital devices, smartphones, tablets. Yes, even smart watches. I'm seeing those are coming in there, and some students are getting very creative with that. So everything digitally has to be turned off and not in your area. Okay. You can't have a dual monitor because I can't tell if that's dual monitor or an extra monitor where you're typing things in. So don't have another monitor there. Take it off your laptop or face it down onto the desktop. Okay. Dress appropriately. You guys put on a shirt. I know it sounds like ludicrous, but I've had situations where a person wasn't wearing a shirt, a guy, and I saw him possibly cheating. I had to bring it up to the dean of students. It is not looking very good with when I show this, and the dean of students sees that a student doesn't have a shirt on. So my suggestion is just wherever you're whatever you normally wear on campus, just wear the same thing. Okay, you'll be smart just to do that. All right. The webcam has to be positioned on the top of the screen, not on the sides. And be sure you have your photo ID with you, and scrap paper that's blank, if it's allowed for that exam, mainly for the practical exams. And again, there's no need to have a smartphone or calculator at your side. There will be an online calculator that pops up on those specific questions when they are needed. All right. Once you have do all those things, then you're going to open the exam. Once you get into the smarter, the smarter proctoring banner within assessments, the assessments folder. Okay. Once you click on that in the banner, then smarter proctoring will now give you instructions on what to do. You're going to face the screen. It'll take a picture. You might have to move about, but there's a little perimeter on the screen of where you should put your head. That's also the place where your head should be throughout the whole exam. It's not going to be very good if I just see your forehead and I don't see where your eyes are. So you need to keep that distance so that I can see your eyes. Display a photo ID. Be sure it's not too far against your chest from where it is. Bring it up close to the webcam so that we can read what's on it. Then it's going to ask you to pan the webcam 360 degrees. This is so that I can see what's on your walls and all in the area. If the webcam is embedded or a part of your screen, I know that some laptops and Chromebooks are set up that way. No problem. Just pick up the laptop or Chromebook and just show that area. And as you do that, be sure you're showing also the desktop where the computer would normally be sitting. So just show that area. Make sure that it's all clear of the of any diagrams or notes nearby, because you're not allowed to use that. Once you do that, then just reposition the webcam back to the top of the screen. Again, it can't be on either side of the screen, and it has to be facing you throughout the whole exam. There's something that you can also use too. You could fiddle with this when you do the syllabus quiz. There's something called a live view, and basically it's a little video of yourself as it's happening. All of these have used Zoom before, so it's that little video where you could see yourself, like FaceTime and all that. So it's very wise to do that. This option, you'll see it on the left-hand side towards the end of your building your account for smarter proctoring. So you'll see it on the left-hand side. It'll say live view. So I highly encourage you to do this. This is so you can actually watch yourself in case your face goes out of frame, and then I'll start questioning, what are you looking at? Because if I only see your forehead, I'm going to start questioning that. So if you have it and bring it, someplace, I guess you could drag it someplace on the screen in the corner, whichever, and every so often you'll be looking at that as though it was your rear view mirror. And just make sure that your head is in the full area. If I don't see it there, I may question that could be some kind of cheating, that you're looking at something else. So be sure you do that, and I highly encourage you to use the live view. So once it all happens, you do all those things, now you can begin the exam. Now, all those things you were doing before, the time was not going through the exam. But once you do all those things and you hit begin, now the clock will start ticking. Okay, and there's no pausing. Be sure you keep your eyes on the screen. I don't want to see just foreheads. You won't be able to visit any websites. There's going to be some lockdown on that you won't be able to do. You can't get up from your seat because I don't know if you're going to go someplace to the bathroom or you're looking up some answers. So that would be considered cheating. And don't answer your phone call. In reality, you shouldn't even have your phone on. So don't worry about, I think you just turn it off. Don't worry about your phone for 75 minutes. I think you could handle that. And just concentrate and focus on the exam at hand. Once you finish it, submit your exam and you'll be fine. The exam grade, I do want to tell you that most cases, the grade that shows up will be your grade, but I have to go through each one, especially the practical exams, because Blackboard grades it, but sometimes they're not graded correctly, especially the practical exams. They have to be exact words, and it's not like that. And I can read between the lines what you're actually saying on there. So give me about 48 hours. That 58 that you might have may be a 72, or that 72 really might be a 82. So just give me about 48 hours. Most cases, it's going to stay the same. Not the practical exams. That usually does change. Okay. So I want to talk briefly about integrity issues. This happens with all exams, lecture quizzes, the bonus quiz. Unfortunately, I can't have anyone look at what they got right or wrong on their own, at least. I use these exams um, for future semesters, so I have to be sure that no one is taking pictures or copying or reproducing in some way. So I'm sorry about this in advance. However, and this is a big however, if you do want to see what you got right or wrong, send me an email and we can arrange some sort of Zoom session. I will share it with you. You can't copy anything, you can't write anything down, but you can surely see what you got right or wrong. But you have to send me an email. The other thing that we could do is if we can't find a conducive time where both of us can do this, and I could do it on weekends or holidays or whichever, but if we can't, then I'll ask you if you want me to look through your exam or quiz. And after looking at it, I could send you a list of things that I think you should revise in your studies from after looking at your grade and the test itself. So I could do either or, but I'm not going to have you look at it by yourself. I have to be sure that it's being proctored by me. Okay. There is a list of do's and don'ts. Read them by yourself because they're pretty straightforward. It'll be like between pages 19 and 20, 21, something like that. And you'll see a long list of do's and don'ts. I'll remind everybody with an email before each exam to reread that, remind yourself about what to do. I usually do that maybe 2 days before each exam. So make sure you read that list. These are the times that are allowed for each of the assessments. You will get 30 minutes for the syllabus quiz for 10 questions. For the lecture exams 1, 2, and 3, you get 75 minutes, and there's about 75 to 80 questions on that. The final exam that the department does is 80 questions. I'm going to give you 75 minutes for that. The practical exams, because there is a little bit more calculations and thinking on this, more physiology than it was for A and P1, giving you 60 minutes to do 50 to 60 questions. Lecture quizzes 1 through 10, you have 14 minutes to answer 10 questions. And the bonus quiz, keep in mind, you can take it 2 times. I'm going to give you 55 minutes to do 60 questions. Okay. Do want to mention the practice online quiz. This is not graded. Points won't affect your grade. It won't help it or hinder it. What you it's in smarter proctoring. It won't count at all. It will be recorded. This gives you a chance to two things, twofold. One, you get to explore a little bit about my well, you can explore the smarter proctoring software, so you can get familiar with that, so you can see where live view is. There's no timing on this, and also I want you to be familiar with my testing style, how the online is actually done. What it is, it's going to be 25 questions pertaining to A&P one material that I guarantee is going to resurface in A&P two. So this is also something that's going to help you review this material, okay, to see if you still remember it. Again, the way you're going to find it is going to be found in Smarter Proctoring. That's how you're going to access this quiz. Try to explore this early in the semester, maybe day one or day two, so you get better acquainted on how, again, my online exams are formatted, and you can explore a little bit of the Smarter Proctoring. I've also arranged that we can take this as many times as you want throughout the whole semester. So if you are not too sure, you want to see what this is, just click on the practice online quiz, and you can do this again, okay? Makes you more comfortable with Smarter Proctoring. This quiz, compared to all the other quizzes and exams, this one I will allow you to see what you got right or wrong, because it's not going to affect your grade at all. So you could see if you're correct on the things that you should remember from A&P one, that is going to pop up again in A&P two. Okay.